Hey everyone, it's baze.djunkiii transmitting from Hamburg, Germany, back with a new video, and we're back with a new vinyl talk video. And as the title suggests, I am showing you a record that will be utterly useless to a normal listener and to a person that enjoys music and stuff. But it is pretty, and it's conceptual, and it was kind of expensive, and I hell of enjoy it. So in a way, what I'm talking about is this pretty piece by Carsten Nicolai, which is called Rave Collector on the Noton label. Noton label, actually. Here's the title. And this is a conceptual record and art release, kind of a booklet-like gatefold thing. And the basic idea, this was a release that came out alongside an exhibition that Carsten Nicolai did, because he's also an artist and he builds audiovisual sculptures and stuff, and modern art basically. And this was released alongside this exhibition in Italy, I guess. And what he did, basically, he sent 10 packages to 10 people that didn't exist around the world. And those packages each contained one blank cassette tape and 2 rolls of film, actual film, photography film thing. And they were sent via airplane to a destination somewhere, to, I guess, Mr. Unknown or Mr. Nobody or whatever they were called. The recipients were called, and as they were basically not meant to be delivered, they returned at some point. And the idea basically was to capture the influences of radiation, solar radiation, through flight and through this journey on tape and on undeveloped film, and turn this into a release basically. And the results of this and the whole concept are revealed in here. So this is this is not really bonded or proper put together like a book, but more like an insert coffee table thing, so it's hard to really show you, but I'm trying to here's the flight routes basically. And there is what the film looked like in the end. So it's an 8 or 16 pages booklet in there, which is pretty, but it tends to fall out easily. So this is another point why this record is useless. There is a bit of explanation in the routes, the addresses it was sent to, and the sound files that they got from digitizing the tape basically. And they were sent to Mr. Nemo in various locations, in Guam, in Micronesia, Japan, Chile, the US, in Yemen, in Russia, in Svalbard, in Norway, Iceland, and in Barbados basically. And what was in there actually, to specify this more, was a EQ Professional C90 tape, unrecorded magnetic tape cassette, IEC1 Type 1, Ilford Delta 3000 black and white negative film, and Kodak Porter 800 color negative film. And then this whole thing was turned into a record. As I said, it's highly impractical to use this. These are the packages, WAV files and stuff, and the record actually in itself is also very pretty, kind of hard to get out here. It's a picture disc, which looks like this, with all those rays in white on black, and on the flip it is basically the opposite. And what they did with the tape actually, which was the sound source for this record, is they, as far as I understood, they digitized the tape and sped it up by 1600%, So they ended up with a track length of like basically 1 minute and 25 seconds, and put that onto the record on the one side in its original form. And as the pass notes came back, they also put it in reverse on the other side of the record. And this is basically the concept behind the Ray Collector thing. And musically, if you have like a normal hi-fi stereo, you will get nothing out of that. So what is audible on this record basically is if I don't have the best hi-fi equipment either, so but I have like a proper DJ turntables and stuff. So that's not crosslay or whatever. So what you get is a bit of pulsating surface noise. If I turn my PA up like to 30-35% basically, so way more than I would turn it up usually. And you get like a pulsating background, crackly noise and some pops here and there, like things you would expect from normal surface noise from a record, like in between two tracks when there's a little scratch, you get like a little like tick or whatever. And yeah, those are the 10 tracks basically in total. So this is, if you have like a normal home stereo thing, you won't get anything out of that that is of any musical use. And you could also put on like basically the dead wax loop of another record and turn that up to like 11 and get probably more or a similar result out of that. But I like the concept behind this record, and I'm always up for like some super weird stuff. So you might remember that I did release like an anti-record with basically no grooves on it at all on my label Introterrin Recordings as well, like way back in the day. So the pink minimalism thing. But yeah, this is a record that is more like an art object, and yeah, I would have loved to for them. Probably the idea is you can take this out and put this on a wall or whatever. But if those pages weren't like super wobbly inserted in here, it's pretty, of course, with this like little band thing and string thing attached. But to handle this, it is more of a nightmare. This is more of a kind of coffee table edition maybe, and there's also a like decalogue, which is basically a 10-piece manifesto about this record. And yeah, I don't know, maybe you want to have a closer look at this one, which is basically the audio file, I think. And this is some other stuff. So Carsten Nicolai, Ray Collector. I think if you buy this in a store, this will exceed, I guess, 40 bucks mark, I guess, probably 50 or 60, depending on where you are. But this is Carsten Nicolai basically is a conceptual artist anyway, so a lot of his music is also sold in when he does like exhibitions in museums and museum stores and all that kind of stuff. So his audience basically is a little different, even though a lot of other stuff he does can be enjoyed by like people who like ambient as well and neoclassical music, and there's collaborations with a lot of people. So and he's like moved very away from the clicks and cut stuff he did like in his early days, but still this puts like record art records, multimedia art to the extreme, I guess. Carsten Nicolai, Ray Collector, was released in November of 2023, and Discogs has this classified under like non-music, sound art and field recording, which basically non-music is probably the most suitable draw to put this in. But that's it. I just wanted to show this because this obscure, maybe I'm going to find some other obscure records to show of a similar kind, which are also utterly useless to a like normal record collector and to someone who actually enjoys listening to whatever music that might be. Bass Junkie out for today. I hope you enjoyed. You know the score, BANDCAMP, all that stuff down there in doobly-doos. Hit me up, leave me a like, leave me a comment, you know the score. See you in the next one.